What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 118.
118.
Yeah.
That was a good guess.
Yes, guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey, guys, it's Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the weekliest.
We're the weekliest
STS Guys.
We're the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
It's been a couple weeks.
It
has
So
been.
we're almost weekly. You know, sometimes we are usually, but lately we've been busy.
And I think
Lately it's
Jeremy-
been-
I think Jeremy missed the last one, and he's clearly super rusty on that intro.
Yeah.
I am very rusty.
It could be part of his week that he had. We'll hear about it a little bit.
Can I give Larry some kudos, though, for the epic post explaining why we didn't have a podcast last week? Because when I read it, I laughed my ass off. Larry, good kudos to you. You made it funny. It was real good.
So when we realized that Jeremy and Nate were going to be busy and Nate had technical difficulties, I was driving around doing some stuff, and I realized that, oh crap, like I could either do the podcast by myself or we just cancel it. So yeah, I tweeted out, right? No podcast this week because of technical difficulties. Scott, cruise, Jeremy, road trip, Nate, and a fear of being alone, me.
Larry.
I was going to do it by myself, but then I'm like, there was really nothing even to talk about. Like, I just didn't want to be alone.
What you were going to talk about is probably what we're still going to end up talking about today. And we really need more of us to talk about these things. It's not that easy to talk about this shit just one person at a time.
No, it would have been bad.
It's hard to do it by yourself.
It is.
Yeah.
Like I would be fair. Like I feel that I am a very sociable person and can talk for a very long time. But I don't really know I could talk to myself about a topic for an hour. Like
not without some prep.
I'm not that good.
Yeah.
With a little bit of prep like that, but literally I was so busy. Like I got home, I think it was around 5, and I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna call it. So, like Ed said, like I know Ed was in the chat and he would have kept me company, and I thought about tagging like somebody else in, like on Twitter, to be like, hey, who's not doing anything at 7 p.m. Pacific? But I just felt like there's no time to slap something together. So we missed a week, no big deal. But we're back.
We're back.
For 118.
We're back.
Hey, maybe rusty on the intro, but I did not forget the episode number.
Well
That's
done.
true.
I was so happy about that.
That's the one thing.
You went with your gut instinct, and it was right, Jeremy.
I love the platform that they use to record this, but it cuts off at the word episode in the title. So it's actually not visible when you see which one we're on. So kudos to get it right.
Free pass.
But you know what?
It's been a couple of weeks, so we got to have some stories, right, guys?
Yeah. How was your cruise, man?
Oh, it was amazing. So spent some time. I swam with the sea turtles.
Nice.
Grand came in, got drunk
With the sea turtles.
And Graham came in.
No, it was a good experience. Nice to be like, disconnected from technology for the most part. Like I said, I had a couple Wi-Fi hotspots here and there, but it was nice and relaxing. Nice to get away for a little bit. But I said I've had a busy couple of weeks, so cruise was good. However, it didn't. I said there's one thing that happened. I said this past Thursday that was the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, I know what this one is. You told me about this before. I'm excited.
You've heard of WWE, old school WWF. I saw the introduction of the EMW.
The EMW?
Yeah. What is the EMW?
What could this be?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's Extreme Midget Wrestling.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
That's totally right up your alley.
You know what, though? Like I said, as weird and cool as it sounds, like, you go there and in person, you feel bad for the first 5 minutes because wow, I'm like, I should feel horrible, like I said, witnessing this.
Yeah.
But then you start drinking more, and then you get into it because like I said, then they start like bringing out like table matches and chair matches and stuff and start hitting each other with chairs. It gets amazing. Like I said, these little midgets, like I said, just are crazy. Like I said, they're like flying from the ropes. Like there's like a little like girl midget, and she like takes on the guy midgets, and like it's amazing. Like I said, I don't know how to describe it. Rather than if Extreme Midget Wrestling ever comes to your town, definitely check it out.
So I'm 100% gonna look for it.
Yeah,
good news for you guys is they're coming to Phoenix.
Oh man, it instantly reminds me of that scene from Wolf of Wall Street, and I know you like that movie too, Jeremy.
I love Wall Street.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I said, it's entertaining, and so like I said, literally probably the best thing you can do. Like I said, there's like 2 different price tiers of tickets. There's like a general admission ticket, which is like like $15 or $20, but then you can get a $30 ringside seat. Go ringside. That's what I did. You want to be ringside to witness all like everything that's going on.
$30. That's like a great deal too.
Yeah, like
it's not that much more.
Like my voice is like a little crazy still. Like I was yelling and screaming and cheering on the midgets so much. I said I lost my voice.
So Scott looks like he's Googling it too.
I am. I'm 100%
like you said,
Googling.
Tuesday, May. Oh no, that's 2019. Well, we'll figure out when it's coming to Phoenix. I googled it. It shows me a 2019 date, but that sounds amazing.
So I'm looking here. So I think.
Oh,
tour dates. It might have just been here. January 16th is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So, but next Friday we can make a day trip down to Tucson.
Oh, there you go.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. For the wrestling fan and you, Larry, I think you specifically need to see Extreme Midget Wrestling.
No, they're the 29th. They're at Phoenix.
Yeah.
You
guys need to
go. At the Blues Bar. Yep. All right. There we go.
Oh, dang.
You guys,
that's right around the corner too.
You guys need to go to this.
Okay. So we might have to check this out.
We'll look into it. Those little guys get around, man. They got like a show every night.
That's what I'm saying. Like you feel bad because like they're midgets. Like then they like hitting each other with like chairs and stuff. But then you're doing the math. They're making bank.
Whoa! The VIP includes a meet and greet.
Yeah, meet and greet midget.
Jeremy, I gotta ask, how did you find this? How did you find this midget wrestling?
Well, so you know where I work, right?
Yes.
So it came through as an ad, so as an ad script. And so I'm like, I tweaked some of my different profile settings to see if they would adjust some of the ads that I'd get delivered. And this was one of the ads I got delivered. I'm like, this totally worked on me. I'm like, and I bought the tickets.
100%.
That's awesome.
Marketing works.
Sometimes it's scary how accurate those ads are. Like they know you better than you know yourself.
It sounds like a big party though. I mean, we joke and everything else, and like Jeremy said, at first he felt bad for being there for supporting it, but it's like a good time. You go there because you know what it is. You're going there for the fun. Oh,
it's crazy. Like I said, and they all have like little costumes too. So you have like the Lucha Libre ones.
Yeah.
You have one who's like the dressed like a cowboy, and he goes riding in and starts like body slamming people. Like it's great.
You just described either a wrestling event or male strippers.
Yeah, it's coming there. You need to check it out. Like I said, it's at a price point where you can't not check it out.
Yeah, Larry, we'll have a very candid discussion on Monday.
We'll talk, guys. We'll talk.
Do the extra $10 for the ringside. Like I said, it makes the biggest difference in the great time you'll have.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now. This looks amazing. Manny Night Bodega in the chat says he's been before, and it was a blast.
It sounds like 2 solid recommendations there.
Right there.
It's one of those things that if you're going to do it even just once, it's an experience in itself. So you should probably go check it out.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way. Every time they're going to come to town, I will go.
They're just a lifelong fan.
Yeah.
I like wrestling, whatever, but I never knew that I really liked wrestling until I saw midgets wrestle. And like I said, it's like you think that because like wrestling, there's like the theatrics of it and stuff like that. I said they pull off the same theatrics as the big wrestlers. It's like when they're like hitting each other with like tables and chairs and like trash cans and things. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
hats off to the guys that do that, because they're dealing with people that are like, twice their size, throwing them around like Night Bodega said. They're doing crazy stunts, and they're pulling off just like the big guys. So that's kind of cool.
That's utterly amazing.
Yeah. So what Night Bodega said. So this brings me to my next thing. So after the match, they'll stick around and they'll drink with you. So basically, you're hanging out with the midgets and you're drinking shots and you're doing stuff. Let's just put it this way: like I ended up passing out at a buddy's house. So
that must be the VIP meet and greet that Larry was talking about. Like they come and hang out and they drink.
No, there's the VIP meet and greet, which is before the event.
Oh, okay.
After the event,
they're just cool.
They're just chilling.
Because I'm sure everybody comes to them and be like, "Hey man, let me buy you a beer though. It show was amazing."
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like I said, they're doing shots. They're like I said, I don't know. It's an amazing time. Since it's going to be in town, you guys need to go.
I think we'll have to figure that out for sure.
Yeah, we'll Larry, like I said, we'll all talk.
Yeah,
that works.
Who else got it's been a week? That one's pretty epic though.
It's not gonna be
Jeremy just won.
Jeremy just won the It's Been a Week.
Yeah.
But I don't have a story, but me and my wife did invent a fun game, and Jeremy knows that the little fun games I come up with usually are fairly interesting. So I went furniture shopping recently because we need a new bed frame, right? And we're driving around, and this place that we wanted to go to was in like it along Main Street in Mesa. Let's just put it that way.
So a little sketch
area, right? So as we were driving through, we noticed that there was quite a few different places that had their signs for like the store. Is just a very direct. We'll call it direct marketing. You'll drive by and you'll be like, "Hey, look at that building," and their sign is just guns. And you're like, "I wonder what they sell." And then we drove down the road a little bit more, and it's like cigars. We're like, okay. And then we drove by and it was like burritos. We're like, there's no like Jim's burritos. It's just the one word, straight to the point marketing. Like they just margaritas. So we made it. So we decided like it's the way to play what we call sketchy bingo. Is you drive through and you try to connect like 5 of the same topics. So you got to get like a tacos, a burritos, a margaritas, right? Like the Mexican food, mariscos. Yeah, like you got to get the Mexican food combination there. So when you drive through, next time you're in I'm going to say shitty part of town. When you're in a shitty part of town, look for the sign that is just the straight to the point marketing venture. Like the guy didn't give his own name or didn't think of a clever name, just bought a generic sign that says tacos and put it on the building, and that's your starting point. You start playing the bingo game.
There's no guessing with that, though. You're getting
exactly.
And
if he's going to a taco place, if he's
going to put just tacos, there better be some amazing tacos.
Right. It's like my store's tacos, and you go in there, you're like, I guess I'm getting your fucking tacos. Like I'm not going to order anything else here.
I'll order a cheeseburger, please.
Yeah.
At the taco shop.
The best one that I saw too when driving through town was the most random one, because you'd think that you'd want like a name to this. It just said seat covers. And at first I was like, well, I guess, you probably don't have much competition in the seat cover world.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of demand for seat covers.
You didn't think it'd be like Steve's seat cover, Steve's
Emporium.
custom seat covers, like, no, this fucking sign on the wall, seat covers.
So let me ask Scott. So is just the word tires the free space?
Yeah. So like,
there's so many tire shops, especially by our
tires. Yeah, exactly. Like as you're driving through like a shady part of thing, like you just look for the single word, or like I said, seat covers technically too, but it kind of it still fits the game. You see who can find the most direct marketing stores that are out there. And it can't be like Jim's Tacos. It just has to be tacos.
I think you need to start taking pictures of these and posting them on your Instagram so we can see examples.
That's an amazing idea.
You need a hashtag for it. Come up with your own hashtag and start posting them.
Yeah. All right.
I will try to find some too.
So
you told me about this the other day. The only one I saw when you were driving around yesterday was the barber shop that just said barber. I feel like that's a pretty
Hashtag-
common one, though.
Yeah, right.
Direct marketing works.
Yeah, as Tyler says, how do you explain to somebody that your favorite taco place is just
Just
taco,
got
right?
tacos.
Like, and I'm guaranteeing, like, if I went into this business, they probably have a name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But at nowhere, it's just there's no distinct marketing. It just says burritos along the front. Like, is that the right place? Like,
Scott, I want to take a picture of one that's right down the street from my work. Strippers.
Oh,
Nice.
you know what you're getting.
that's
I
like my
wonder
favorite.
what's in here.
That's like my favorite one that used to be in downtown Phoenix, though, that said like naked girls. Just kidding, we sell tires. That was the sign, and then it had an arrow pointing towards the business.
On University.
Yeah, exactly.
They've had at least a few people come in there very confused.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, it was great. Big red letters, naked girls, and then in big, like slightly smaller black lettering it says "Just kidding, we sell tires."
Just to that point, though, it's the only reason it says that is because along that same street there was there's like 8.
Oh,
There were quite a few strip clubs. Yes, there was.
nice.
Yeah,
Well, I know Nate bought some cool stuff this week.
That's right.
But I wanted to ask you, did you, like last time we talked, those new McFarlane DC multiverse figures were coming out. Did you get a chance to pick up any of those, or did you see those in the stores?
I've seen them in stores, and at first I was a little bit hesitant on getting into the line. They're a little bit bigger than some of the stuff I have. But then I had this like eureka moment. I was like, wait, I've got NECA DC stuff, and that should be probably about the same size. So I saw them recently, and I was really tempted. There's one, I kind of want the Hellbat. But to answer your question, Larry, I haven't picked up any of them yet, but it's probably a line I'll pick up, here or there, 1 or 2 figures that I don't already have.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen, and I think Hockey's in the chat, he's posted some photos of them too. They're actually a lot better than I expected. I hadn't collected, McFarlane before, so I've been hearing mixed things about it, but it seems like they're really putting a lot of effort in this line and really like delivering good sculpts, good paint apps. The figures move well.
22 points of articulation or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think they're really surprising people. I don't think people expect them to be so good, but they're actually turning out pretty good.
Yeah, they look cool. I saw some at Walmart and Target. I think I've seen the 2 Batmans, the Green Lantern, Superman, Harley Quinn. I think those are like the 4 or 5 I've seen. I haven't seen the Arrow one yet, and my Amazon pre-order hasn't shipped yet. It keeps getting delayed. I think the new date's like February 2nd or something, so maybe I'll have it next week. But yeah, the only thing I noticed, like, they're huge. That extra inch makes a big difference.
Yeah, really.
Going from 6 to 7, I get it. It's big, man.
Oh, that's the big thing about the multiverse line. There were 6, like you said, and now there's 7. So if you were collecting the line the whole time, now you kind of have to start over again.
Yeah, exactly. Or like if you're going to do pictures with them, maybe you have to just have them by themselves. You can't cross with your NECA. Well, NECA works, but like can't cross with your Mezco figures or anything.
Yeah, Tyler from DC Figs and Collectibles. I know he picked them up too. He's been doing some really good shots, and actually, a lot of the stuff I'm saying, he doesn't really have a problem with. He's using them with 6-inch figures, and you can't even tell. So yeah, I mean, it's all about perspective, like you said. And if it's a character that you want to go after, then definitely get it, because there's some that they have that are pretty rare.
Really?
Yeah, they went up on Big Bad Toy Store and almost sold out immediately. And now there's been a few that have been cigars.
I went along the route here to find one. Just cigars right there.
Nice.
Thank you, Scott.
All right.
That's awesome.
So I got to note it. Which ones are the rare ones?
So there's the
I know the ones I haven't seen, but
there's the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Hellbat, I've heard, is pretty hard to find. He's the big armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually the classic Superman, I've heard, is pretty hard to find.
Oh, really?
So there's like the animated one, but then there's like the classic one.
I think I've seen both, yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
I should have grabbed the classic one.
If you look at Big Bad Toy Store, the only 2 that are sold out right now are the Man Who Laughs and the Hellbat suit.
Oh, okay.
So
those are
seem
cool.
to be,
I get it.
And there's really, from what I know, there's not been any other figures of those 2 characters. So I think that's a big draw to it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And they're just different. Like it's cool character design. So I can see why those ones would be popular.
Definitely.
Cool. You
Yeah,
got some other stuff too, though, right?
Yeah. So I actually got a cool mail call here. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So old boy CTTS, he is a custom maker of heads, basically. That's the most stuff that I've seen him do. But he does these awesome custom heads that usually go with Mezco or SH Figure Arts figures. And me being a huge fan of the Joker, he did these Joaquin Phoenix heads, and I could not resist. He did a 2-pack originally of this one here, which is the painted Joker face, and then the unpainted Arthur Fleck face. So I got those two. But then he put up this third one, and it sold out pretty quick. It was a smiley face. I didn't get that one, but I did get these this week. I'm actually really happy with them. They look awesome. I've actually got one posed up right now because I was trying to do a shot with it, but cool. Really, really good quality. You can see I don't have the suit, but I kind of want to get a custom suit of this now because it looks so good on there. They actually did the whole figure as a pre-order, but it sold out super quick.
Oh, wow.
They had some guy custom make all this stuff. But yeah, these head sculpts are really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw you got the head sculpts, but that custom figure, it looks legit, man. Like he does a really good job.
Yeah, he does really good work, and he teamed up with somebody that is a tailor. But yeah,
okay, I mean, that's crazy.
Guy,
a tailor for
It's crazy, man. It's like a whole business doing this stuff.
What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a toy tailor.
What?
But this guy, he's doing a Pedro Pascal one for The Mandalorian. He did a Captain Marvel one, I can't even remember the actress's name.
Brie Larson?
Yeah, Brie Larson. Thank you. But he's done some really amazing work. I've gotten a head sculpt from him before as a Tony Stark one. So
cool. Is it kind of sad that I want the Mandalorian one just to pull like what the Lego did and just come with the helmet, and then when you pop off the thing, it's just the black. It's just like a blacked out face. Be like, dude, we don't know what the fucking I know we finally got to see what he looks like for like a brief second, but like I want to be like, we don't know what this dude looks like. Black was like blank Lego face.
He's doing like a normal face, and then he's doing like a damaged face. So it's kind of cool. But in other figure news, Mezco dropped a bomb over the last 2 weeks. I saw this figure back at STCC and immediately got excited. This is one of those figures that when I started collecting Mezco, I was like, man, if they could make a Michael Keaton Batman, I am all over that.
Dude, and they love the Michael Keaton pouty Batman lips, though, because they have another Batman figure where he's doing
his mouth is a little weird, yeah.
No. They go show the other mouth.
The other mouth.
The other mouth.
Where is it? Let's see. That one?
No. Keep going.
Okay.
There's another one. I'm kind of curious as to how that figure has I think you're gonna have to zoom in on the one that shows what all comes with it.
With the one with the accessories, the black, the layout.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I like how it has the damage face.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm actually talking about. Because when you look at it straight on, it looks a little like
it does.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
this has been like so many people have talked about this. Like, what the hell happened to that face?
And maybe it'll look better in person, but that glam shot or whatever,
the first time I pulled it up, I was like, "Oh, Nate's definitely gonna have to get this." I was like, "What the fuck is going on with his mouth?"
Yeah. So he's about to take a battering in his mouth.
Yeah, he's taking a poo. Like this looks like he's pooing.
There's been times, I will say, there's been times where Mezco, when they're showing teeth, it just comes out weird. Like they had a Cable one they did recently, and the teeth just look a little weird. There's another Batman I have which shows his teeth. They can't really seem to get it right, but for me, it's kind of weird, but for what you're getting in this figure, it's pretty awesome. And another thing I wanted to point out, this is going to be a seamless body, so that's like a first for Mezco. But you can kind of see if you zoom in, there's really no joints or anything like that. So it's all seamless. It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a wire frame underneath, but they've never done that before. And then also another thing that's cool is he's got movable eyes.
I want to know how, is there a tool to go in there and do that? Because
I don't know.
I mean, I have the size of, I have Mezco thing. I know the size of the face and the eye things. Like my fat finger's not going in there to try to move that thing around.
Yeah, I don't know. Hot Toys, usually the faceplate, I think, comes off and there's like a tool where you kind of mess with it. I don't know how it's going to work. Like the movable eyes and the seamless body are two firsts for Mezco. They've never done it before. So being that it's a Michael Keaton Batman, I could not say no to it. I'm actually really excited for the figure.
Batman.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be doing an unboxing when I get it. But it's not due out until probably, Jeremy's got the look right. That's probably why they added the movable eyes, because the cowl and the head are actually all one piece on this.
Yeah.
So it's probably like, true to form in the movie. But yeah, and then another figure that they dropped, which I'm not as interested in, but Conan the Barbarian. It's a pretty cool figure for what it is. It's something that they haven't done before, and this body definitely looks, specifically made for the figure.
Super buff body.
Yeah, it's different, which is always good.
Yeah, pretty cool figure. But yeah, they're dropping some heat, man. They've been releasing stuff, and they're pumping out new figures. So if you guys haven't checked out Mezco, you got to go check them out. They make some really amazing stuff.
You got to get that just for that sweet ass battle axe.
I know. Look at all the accessories.
Yeah, the accessories on this Conan are crazy.
Yeah, the loincloth.
Yeah, the cape and stuff. It's again like it's
loincloth.
Yes.
It might not be something you normally grab, but it's an awesome figure.
Because
he's
Jeremy,
got the fancy loincloth and then kind of just the casual
regular
loincloth.
one. So Jeremy, though, to be fair though, if you're just gonna wear a piece of leather around your junk and you're gonna go into a battle, you're gonna at least like put a little piece. Like if that's all you're gonna wear, you might at least armor it a little bit.
Yeah, that might be some chainmail. Who knows?
Yeah, I think so.
If you're going to protect one area,
I'm saying I would go for the metal over my junk. Like,
I would. If I wanted a battle and they're like, "Here's your loincloth as the battle," I'm gonna be like, "Can I at least put something over my dick?" I'm not like.
I feel very unprotected.
Yeah,
Conan knows what's up.
Yeah, but definitely a cool figure. If somebody likes Conan, this is a pretty. I think it's true to form to some comic. I don't really know, but somebody said it looks just like the comic.
It does look like the more recent comic versions of Conan.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So cool. I'll stop sharing now.
You know who else?
Oh no!
This week. Oh, there's
Larry dropped out just for a second.
Oh no! You know who else has announced a lot of cool figures this week? Funko at London Toy Fair.
Oh,
I don't know. Jeremy and I haven't got a chance to talk about this, but there's a ton of cool stuff. Since this is the episode where we all share our screens, let's share a screen. Give me 1 second.
While we're doing that, Night Bodega asks a question. NECA question for you all. Do you use stands for them? If so, what kind? I don't use stands for mine. They stand pretty well on their own, but I think they have custom stands you can get at Target that are made specifically for NECA figures.
Wait, are those the clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
They are.
I know which ones I'm buying.
Yeah.
Well, because they released the first one at SDCC.
Yeah, so these are really the second, third, and fourth Killer Clown from Outer Space. But like, I didn't count the reveals, but like, I'm going to scroll quickly. All these ones right here, all London Toy Fair reveals. There is a ton of great stuff. I'm pretty excited about these new Masters of the Universe ones. They look awesome.
You're going to get the Tenant super size,
including the Teddy Skeletor.
Now scroll down. Keep scrolling.
Wait, the gummy bears?
Yeah. Now keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling.
Oh, nice.
Keep going down.
What am I looking for?
Come on.
I know you like the X-Men.
Yeah, the X-Men ones are cool.
X-Men. Yeah, Gambit and Rogue.
Those
TGI Friday. Come on. Where's my TGI Friday reveal?
Oh, it's up here.
Oh, it's up there. Okay. There they are. Scroll down. I just saw them. One down a little bit. Bam.
Dinosaurs? Oh, yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, Jim Henson's Dinosaurs.
Not the mama.
No, and they look really, really good, too.
They look really
These actually look great.
Like, they're perfect in Pop's form.
So these are just normal Pops? They look like they've updated the mold, or I don't know. These look different than your typical Pop.
No, they're just.
I think it's just because they're dinosaur heads and not people heads.
Yeah.
They're just super detailed
like
too.
Baby Sinclair looks exactly like Baby Sinclair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like the dad, you can see like all the wrinkles in his legs. I mean, it's pretty cool detail.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you told me that these are coming out, I'd be like, meh. Like I like the show, but like seeing them, they look awesome. So as Zach Ryder would say, Wow. It's funny that the Zack Ryder comment pops up. Yeah, so this is there.
It's your screen. Yes, of course it will.
Yeah, true. I am logged in as me. I knew Jeremy would like those X-Men. They're pretty cool. I think the surprise for me,
The Murder She Wrote one.
Yeah, that one's not too right. It's Funko's digging so deep. Of course, there's an Angela Lansbury pop.
I can see you getting that, Larry.
I don't do. Murder She Wrote.
All right.
I think the surprise one for me, which I don't even see on here, was they're doing Hobbs and Shaw pops.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool, right? There they are. I have the other Fast and Furious pops, but I'm like, I don't know. Do I really need Hobbs and Shaw pops?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
I probably need Hobbs and Shaw pops.
Yeah.
So those are pretty cool. But the one thing I want to talk to Jeremy about is, Jeremy, how do you feel about the soda can? I don't know what the official name is. Funko vinyl soda. How do you feel about these soda cans?
That Mumra thing is absolutely amazing.
I don't like.
I want one. I want like one of them. I don't need.
I don't understand. Do they come inside the soda can?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
They come. They first announced it at New York Toy Fair last year. So the soda can is the packaging, and then each one has a chase, right? Because it's sealed, so you won't be able to tell what's inside. So that's kind of the hype, and they're limited, like 750 or 1,000, I think. I don't know what the most is, but they're kind of limited. So
kind of want that gold Batman and Robin, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it would change my mind if I saw them in person, but to me, it looks like a pop mixed with like one of those like Ron English figures, and I'm just not a fan. Like that Batman, like his
head's kind of weird. Yeah.
The chunky Batman. That Batman had
like Batman was drinking the soda.
It's definitely like a cartoony.
The Batfink
rendition.
Cool. The Batfink is cool. There's cereal monsters.
Oh wow, the cereal monsters are really cool.
There's a big boy.
Big boy Larry.
Yeah, I probably yes. The big boy's limited to 7,500. I care less about the figure. I just kind of want the soda can.
Is this one of those things where you could buy like a wave and guarantee a chase, kind of like I think Jeremy did with that Hellboy that one time?
I don't think so. I don't think they've said what the odds are, right? Like pop chases now are like 1 in 6. They haven't said like what the odds are or anything.
Wasn't one of them like one of like the serial ones is like there's like out of the entire line of 1,000 there's like one chase.
Oh really? I don't even know.
I remember reading like someplace where like there's
That's ridiculous.
One to do like 1,000 and out of the 1,000 there's like one chase.
Wow. Okay. So that's a true, like, I think that the biggest allure on these is going to be the fact that there's chases and you can't tell. So, right. It's kind of a mix between the mystery minis and like a pop, but it's got that limited edition one in it. So I don't know. People seem pretty excited. They're not up for pre-order in very many spaces yet. Like Shumi doesn't have them yet. But Shumi does have all the other Funko Pops available, like Slayer, like ZZ Top, like
Motorhead.
Little Wayne. They're all available for pre-order right now on shumistore.com. And if you enter code STS Guys, you're going to save 10%.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Shumi Store. It's the best.
That's some pretty cool reveals. Those are some really good additions.
It's a ton of stuff. And this is just London Toy Fair. This is like no offense to London. This is the baby Toy Fair. New York's in a couple weeks in February. That's when everything's going to be dumped. But Sully and the Funko marketing team did an unboxing for the soda can ones this week. So they should be hitting stores really soon. Like they already had them in hand. So it'll be interesting, man. Night Bodega says the one chase per case is what he heard for the soda can ones. I feel like he's probably been paying more attention than I have, so that's probably right.
So I would imagine, like in the case, if you have the Batman and the Robin and the Wonder Woman, even though there's a chase of each, you're only going to get one of those.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure.
So
I don't know. I just need a soda can to put up on my shelf. I just want one, just because it's cool. That's
the
enough
collections will be expanding. Let's just say that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. So while we were out, though, a bunch of trailers for shows dropped. I want to shift it back into something here. What do you guys think? So we had what? New Mutants had
Oh yeah,
they've already had a trailer, but we actually have like a legit it's actually happening trailer,
and it's much different than what I would have expected. I know we can talk about it, but
yeah. So that one we had Morbius,
Black Widow, and then we had Bloodshot.
Yeah, Nate had Brent. You and Jeremy, I think, had seen it. Larry and I had not. So we can still talk about that here. So let's go into it here. I want to talk about. Let's talk Morbius, since that's the more recent.
That's the big one, man.
That's the big one here.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Morbius trailer?
I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings. It's cool because we're getting a Morbius, but immediately when I start thinking about Jared Leto, I'm like, man, he just ditched DC, jumped to Marvel. He's like, he totally wants to ignore the Joker role that he used to be in.
Morbius than he does the Joker.
That's true. I do feel like he fits in this role better. And from what I saw from the preview, I already kind of like his character here.
Because it almost looks like Jared Leto playing Jared Leto.
True. Jeremy, just so you know, you got really low there for a second.
Yeah, you got real quiet.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like Jeremy said, it kind of fits him better. I never thought he would be a good Joker, even though he's kind of a weird guy. He just didn't fit the part well. But I feel like Morbius being a darker role, being that he's going to turn into a vampire, this kind of fits his persona a little bit better.
So I will tell you my thoughts on the thing. I'm going to do a spoiler in this one too. I was 100% all on board with everything until the fucking Michael Keaton Vulture showed up, and I was like, I'm fucking over this.
Yeah, this is another thing. Do you guys believe the fan theory that he was in Homecoming in the prison scene? Somebody's like, oh, they found him, and it's a guy with long hair, but you can't even see his face.
Yeah, first
when that behind Matt Gargan, the Scorpion guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that. Like, who cares? Like, that part doesn't matter.
He was not. He definitely was not in there. That was not actually.
They're not going to pay Michael. You got to pay Michael Keaton something to be in the movie. You're not going to have him be standing there for 5 seconds.
But I'm like, no, like the fact that he was in Homecoming. Oh no, like they did not know. Like, I'm sorry, that was not pre-planned.
Yeah, and plus Keaton didn't show up in Far From Home at all, and then all of a sudden he's back for Morbius. It's just kind of like.
Yeah,
to kind of it's kind of like that thing of like Sony's coming in and being like, this one's actually in the MCU, guys, but no one's going to mention it from the Marvel side of things. It's going to be fucking crickets, in the other shows.
And go ahead, Jeremy.
It's because it's part of this deal that they worked out with Sony. Because did you hear like the latest rumor of what's going to happen?
Call it Spider-Man news.
No, not even Spider-Man. It's the next Ant-Man movie. So the antagonist in the next Ant-Man movie is supposed to be none other than Norman Osborn. So they're going to introduce Norman Osborn
in an Ant-Man movie.
In the Ant-Man.
That's interesting.
Does he fit in that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. Has Norman Osborn ever been with Ant-Man before?
Well, I think they're tying together like the technology.
Oh, okay.
Osborn's a huge technology.
Okay, I can see it. That actually makes a lot more sense that way.
It would feel more with me if Oscorp was ever mentioned or existed in any way, shape, or form in the MCU.
But they couldn't.
But they couldn't. I know, but then you're going to be like, oh, and this billionaire tech guy that's a competitor for Tony Stark is showing up now. Like, where the fuck has that guy been for the rest of these movies? If he's this tech guy, like, you think he would have been mentioned?
Well, I think what you'll see is just kind of like those kind of like little scenes you saw like in Venom and things like that. Like they specifically call it out as Oscorp, but that'll be a subsidiary as Oscorp, because this whole thing is supposed to tie together as Sinister Six eventually. Norman Osborn bringing together the Sinister Six, which is why Vulture shows up in Morbius, because Morbius and Vulture are going to be part of the new revised Sinister Six.
Yeah, and he says something specifically like, "Oh, trying to do the good guy thing." So, is Morbius a good guy, and then he turns bad? Like, does
Morbius? Throughout the comics, though, Morbius has never really been a bad guy.
True. Yeah, I mean,
he's he's the character, like the gray character, right? He rides that line down the center, and he does good things and he does bad things.
He's kind of like an anti-hero sort of thing.
Yeah, he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, I only really know, to be honest, like this sounds awful, but I only really know about Morbius through the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah, me too.
Just from his episodes, but that's the only exposure I had to the character. So, if anything, I'm interested to learn more about the character, especially if Jeremy's right and they do end up approaching a Sinister Six. I'm going to need to know more about these individual characters.
So they brought back J. Jonah Jameson, right? Now, hear me out. So we got J.K. Simmons back. What if we get Norman Osborn, Willem Dafoe?
You just told the words right out of my mouth. Will we get Dafoe again, please?
I want.
I don't think so. I think we want to stay as far away from those Sam Raimi movies as possible.
Yeah, Scott, you got to do that impersonation again.
Speaking of that, though, that's also the other rumor that Daredevil's supposed to show back up in the next Spider-Man movie as Peter's lawyer.
That would be cool.
Now we're gonna get Charlie
Cox.
Yeah,
Charlie Cox.
Really?
Yeah.
Better be.
Yeah, it's on a whole these rumor boards, but like I said, it's the rumor boards that have like carry a little bit more weight that kind of predicted like the Palpatine stuff and predicted all this other stuff.
Yeah, so
and then all of a sudden we see Johnny Bernthal walking down the street. Like what?
Yeah,
right.
like
eating a taco at the place that just has tacos on the outside.
Yeah. So no, I mean, Punisher
next to the gun show.
Lawyer.
That's Daredevil's new office. Lawyer.
There is some credence to that though, because that should be about filmed and released about the time where the Netflix deal is finally up, to where they can't use those characters, because basically Disney cannot use any of the Netflix characters for what was it, like
3 years.
5 years, 3 years after the end of the show. So that puts Daredevil and all the characters from that back right into the right time where they could immediately pop them out. I don't really know if we need the Immortal Iron Fist in anything, but like
no plan to come back.
Yeah, let's got to put Ed's comment. That last comment Ed just made. It's pretty great. Got an award from an organization for blind people on how well he portrayed a blind man. Therefore, Charlie Cox, in my opinion, that makes him the best Daredevil.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's true,
if you're so good at pretending to be blind that blind people are like, good job.
Like, how are blind people telling them?
Oh, Jeremy.
That's a valid point.
That is true.
How can they assess that?
Did any blind person?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
were they involved in the selection process?
All right, so like I said, it's not crazy, right? Like, you see my point.
Yeah,
that's why I always laugh it down, and I always laugh down and going down to Tucson. There's if you get off on Speedway, that's where the university is. There's a sign that says like University of Arizona, go to the left, School for the Blind to the right. And I'm like, we don't need the sign, like they can't see it. Like,
or Braille at ATM, drive up ATM machines.
Yeah. Thank you, ADA.
So back to Morbius.
Morbius.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with Morbius? Because we got a couple other trailers.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot.
It
looks better. It looks better
than
Venom.
It
looks better than Venom.
How about a thumbs up or a thumbs down if we were gonna go see it?
Yeah.
I'll thumbs up. I'll go see Morbius.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So the next one.
Let's talk
what do you guys?
New Mutants. New
Mutants. Now this one, I don't really know anything about some of these characters. I'm approaching my non-Marvel knowledge here, so I'm gonna have to rely on. I know Sunspot's in it.
Yeah, Sunspot. You have Rain, who is Wolfsbane. You can kind of turn into it. Basically, her mutant power is to be a werewolf.
Warpath, Sunspot.
Warpath, Sunspot.
Warpath, I know a little bit about.
What's the guy that does the vibration thing? The guy from Stranger Things. Who I can't remember the character. Jonathan. What's Jonathan playing in that one?
I have no idea.
Who's the girl on that too? Isn't she somebody?
The Stark from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she's Wolfsbane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Arya Stark. Right?
Yeah.
The thing I thought was funny, was they filmed it so long ago that they both look so young. Like Jonathan from Stranger Things
Cannonball.
so young.
So we got the guy from Jonathan from Stranger Things playing Cannonball too.
I have no idea who that is.
Basically he's kind of like the whole like
a D-list X-Men guy.
Yeah, he was like D-list X-Men, part of the whole like Canada Corps.
I think they did an action figure of him, and half of his body is like a flame.
Really?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he shoots like a rocket out. Like,
hey, he has very good implications for a big comic book presence. Like I said, very first Civil War. He was there and part of the start of it.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Reason why?
Yeah. Well, either way, I love X-Men, so I think it's cool to see an expansion of the characters.
Yeah. And even though I don't know who Cannonball is, like I'm looking him up now. Oh, he had one of the old Toy Biz figures too. That's cool. Mm-hmm. It's cool to be able to learn about X-Men who aren't Cyclops or Wolverine and all that.
But
I'm excited.
We do get magic, so we do still have what is it, Colossus's younger sister in it. So it does have ties back to like the OG, we'll call them the A-list X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the trailer though, it looks kind of like a horror movie though.
I'm excited. Like,
it looks weird.
I think one of the reasons why I liked Captain America 2 was because it was more like a spy thriller movie versus like the actiony superhero movie, right? Like, it just wasn't this blockbuster superhero movie, but it had like a theme of something else. And I think all the X-Men movies we've ever got have been like gung-ho super action movie, right? Like, Logan's kind of broke that mold with like the more quiet, like Western type of movie. So coming in this one with like bringing in horror with a lot of the characters that, like we have one that's a werewolf, one that's kind of like evil magician, like you got a bunch of really good characters that I think can bring in like a new genre, and having it as a horror, it's going to be perfect. I'll see it just for the fact that it's going to be a horror movie of people with superpowers.
Well, I find it funny, except this movie was filmed 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I said it's been done for 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I think Disney didn't know what to do with it.
Which just sat on a shelf.
They sat on a shelf.
Before that, Fox didn't know what to do with it.
Because after the last X-Men, after Dark Phoenix, this tanked.
Yeah.
They tried to go back, recut it, do all this other stuff to it. I'm actually surprised it's actually getting a theatrical release, because I would have bet money that they would have actually released it on Disney Plus, because like, hey, why invest money into trying to advertise this movie?
Just pop it on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's true.
It ups your subscription list, because after Mandalorian ended, Disney Plus subscriptions, boom, tanked that. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I would have watched it first day if it would have dropped on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I probably won't go see it in the theater. So interesting. They definitely, like, we've talked a lot about it. Disney Plus needs content.
We'll go through too with this. Like, there's a couple movies like that really bad where the dog is CGI, Call of the Wild, is coming out.
Oh, on Disney
Plus? So that in fucking theaters.
Oh.
And it's another one where it was like, it's been done for a while. But just kind of go through, like, there's a certain point where Disney went through and, like, when they bought Fox, was like, all right, that's canceled, that will keep, this is canceled, we'll keep. There's a couple of movies, and New Mutants, I think, hit in that spot where Disney was like, if we could have canceled them, we would. But they're basically done, so we just have to release this. But they just don't know what to do with it. And I think that's kind of where this hit, is that I wouldn't have high hopes for the movie, because I think they're just trying to release it just to get it off their docket.
Yeah. Wait a minute. This Call of the Wild movie stars Harrison Ford.
It is yes, but it sat on the shelf for a while, and it has just watch the trailer for it at some point. Anyone, just go on there and watch the trailer. I watched it for
the CGI
Star Wars. The dog is just 100% CGI. At no point in the movie where they're like, we'll do a real dog and then just CGI the stunts.
Which is the complete opposite, because I watched that made for Disney Plus Togo with Willem Dafoe and his dog. Like, and they got a real dog for that.
Get a real dog. Yeah, like it's
They've been using real dogs in movies for years.
Yeah.
Like Homeward Bound didn't need CGI.
Then again, from what I hear, Harrison Ford is pretty much an asshole. So at a certain point, he was probably like, I'm not going to work with a dog. They're unreliable. Like, I'm doing everything in one take. And so they're like, all right, I guess we'll fucking CG the dog in there. Do your thing, Harrison Ford. Like,
yeah, I'm not excited for that at all.
Ed said what I was thinking. So he said, so this is Harrison Ford film as a prequel to where we get to see the early adventures of him and Chewbacca.
Yeah, it's where he met Chewbacca for the first time.
Right, that's what I was thinking. He worked with Peter Mayhew. He was basically a big dog.
I have to say, because I can't remember, is it this one or is it the Hatchet where the person, it starts with the plane wreck, and if it's the plane wreck one with Harrison Ford, maybe he's not the best person to be supposed to, like, don't put him in a plane anymore.
No, this is another thing that I'd watch for free on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to go see it in theaters.
Yeah, and I really think they, like, you got to think somebody thought of that, and for some reason they're like, we'll get more out of the theaters than this. Other than the fact that I think they're assuming either of them won't do well, and they get that good tax write-off, for like, we don't have to pay taxes on the movies that fail. Deal that Hollywood has. So I wonder if they're just throwing it out there to fail to get them off their docket. And be like, these things are done. We've put minimal effort into it. Fox did most of the work. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So I think they just released it to let it bomb.
Yeah. You know what's not going to bomb? Black Widow.
No.
Bam.
Bam.
Great segue.
Yeah, I'm like, right, the Black Widow trailer dropped a couple weeks ago, the first one, and then I think we got a second one too. So what do you guys think about that? That comes out pretty soon. We're inching closer to May already.
Can I tell you that Hellboy on the side, I love David Harbour. Him as a character, I really. I'm going to be very sad because he's probably going to die in this movie, right? Because it's a prequel and we haven't seen him. So
if I understand, this takes place in between Infinity War and Endgame. Is that right?
I don't think they've said.
So I think it's more like potentially a little bit earlier. I think it might be partially at that point, but we still have Tony Stark showing up, right, in this one. So it has to be like post Iron Man 3 time frame, somewhere around in there. Because with Tony Stark, it couldn't be between those two because he's out in space.
And there is some time that takes place on Earth.
So there is, and that he's like out of the game, but it very much makes it seem more like that it's.
I think the chat just saved us. Tyler and Ed both say it happens after Civil War.
Yeah.
Well,
So it is late.
Because she hints to something about like the Soviet whatever the Accords thing. Yeah.
Sokovia Accords.
Sokovia. Yeah, that's the word I wanted. Yeah, I think she hints to that in the dialogue. So that totally makes sense.
So I will say, like, when I first thought of a Black Widow movie, I was like, man, what are they gonna do with Black Widow? I felt like it was a very kind of one-sided character.
You picked one Avenger that doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah, well, and her story just seems pretty. Even though we don't know much about her past, it just seems fairly predictable. But I will say the trailer introduced some stuff that I didn't expect. Other widows, like other team members that she used to work with. I think it's. Even though I don't necessarily like the way Taskmaster looks, I think it's a cool new villain.
Yeah, I think having Taskmaster in as a bad guy is good. And the thing I like about it is you have the bad guy as Taskmaster. He's just small time enough where you won't have to explain why he wasn't in anything else.
Yes,
right.
I was just gonna say something like that.
So it gets out of that whole prequel. Like, well, what happened to this guy? Like, they could let him leave. And come back at a later time in another movie as a bad guy again. Like it's a good setup that he's not like a main bad guy that you'd be like, oh, he should have been there to help Thanos fight. Like, he's just a guy that can beat up superheroes.
The only thing I'm a little worried about with this movie, and it kind of alludes to what Ed just said, I guarantee she survives the film. Is this going to be like a Rogue One where her entire crew dies off because none of them are seen again. You would think they would come back for Endgame.
I think David Harbour, his character, was it Red Star? What Red
Guardian?
Red Guardian? Yeah.
You think he's gonna die?
We haven't seen him, and he's basically Soviet Captain America.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Like they just didn't need them for Endgame. Like I get it. You just have to. You just like, this is just what you have to do, man.
Some of the other widows will go through, but mark my words, I'm claiming it right now. If I'm right, you guys got it. You'll have to give me the kudos. If I'm wrong, I will publicly admit I was wrong about this movie. But David Harbour's gonna die.
I'm going to predict that the whole team is going to die.
Yeah, no, I think some of the widows will
I think the sister one or whatever from the trailer, I think she's going to die, but I think the way she dies is going to tie into why Black Widow sacrificed herself in Endgame.
Sure, you think she's going to sacrifice herself?
I think it's going to be something like that. Yeah, like for the greater good. And so Scarlett Johansson's like thinking back, like, I got to do this.
I'll see you soon, sis.
Yeah. Splat. Do you think there's going to be an after credit scene?
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, I think they.
I would say yes.
Supposedly, someone said they leaked already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like this is a good opportunity to have a very loose tie-in to something else to come up.
No, here's what happens. Here's what happens in this movie. Scarlett Johansson dies. Right, Black Widow dies. And a scroll takes her place. And it's been a scroll the whole time.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then it ties into another show that they talked about on Disney Plus.
Wait, are you talking Secret Invasion?
I am talking Secret Invasion.
My head just exploded.
Yeah, explodes. That's the worst thing is that now I'm questioning everything. Like, well, we could just fucking throw a scroll in there. Scrolls ruined the MCU.
We don't have a lot of time left, Jeremy. Give us a rundown of the Secret Invasion.
Just want to say I told you so.
Oh, God.
Your microphone sucks, Jeremy.
He's laying it out there.
He is.
Anyways,
you might need a new mic.
Or check the connection or something. There you go.
Better?
Not really.
Not better at all.
Better? Scott, what is Secret Invasion?
That's better. Wait, Jeremy.
That's better?
That's
better.
good.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, keep going.
Roll.
All right, so Secret Invasion. Skrulls come to Earth. Start taking the place of random superheroes to start basically getting rid of them, taking over so that way they can basically dominate the world.
Seems like you're right. We saw Skrulls in Captain Marvel. We saw Skrulls in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to be a Skrull. So what better way to do it than in Black Widow?
So we as Tyler says, Jeremy, your mic's been replaced by a Skrull. It does make it so that it could be like anyone at any point was a Skrull. Hawkeye had that stupid as fuck haircut in Endgame. It's because he's a Skrull. Like
a Skrull really wanted to get with Peggy Carter, so he was old Captain America.
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
Like I said, I think Captain America could be a Skrull.
So
Skrulls, you're a Skrull. Everyone's a Skrull.
Here's what I think is going to happen though with this, like, because we really have just announced that they're going to do a Secret Invasion series, right?
Well, they haven't announced. There's a rumor out
There's
there.
There's a rumor. If it comes to, so here's what I get. If it comes to, it's going to happen. Is that shit? It's going to turn out to be an animated series. I fucking know it. Like it's going to be animated. And I'm going to be pissed because it's going to be like, it's not fucking MCU things. It's a cartoon scroll like Secret Invasion. I can do that any point. I can go read my fucking comics. Like, no, I want it in the live action with the good shit.
I think it'll be live action, but it'll be more like a you're not going to see them replacing. It's going to be all the plans to replace everybody. It's not going to be like them actually going through and replacing like people on Earth and this, that, and the other. It's them. It's the setup to that.
So and then that follows to a movie, right?
And that follows to a movie. Yeah.
So here's what I want to find out is now if we have Secret Invasion, can we have a secret invasion? Because the Skrulls are the good guys for the most part that we've seen so far in the universe. So we have some good guy Skrulls. Can they turn into other Skrulls, and we can have double agents inside the Skrulls?
I don't see why not.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible with Skrulls.
Yeah.
It's a scroll, damn it.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, like I'm super excited. I want to know more though. Like I want to know like time frame, when does this take place? Is it canon in the MCU? And is it going to be a shitty side story? Because if it's a one-off, doesn't relate to anything, like
it has to be big. Like Jeremy said, I like what Jeremy said. Like it's maybe the show is just a setup.
It's just
right. It's just to do some backstory on this new platform they have, and it makes sense. And it's not going to be right away, right? We got to get through She-Hulk and Miss Marvel and like Winter Soldier show. We got a lot of stuff to get through before we even get close to a Secret Invasion show. I think it's just going to be that backstory, just set it up so they don't have to explain it in a movie, because you only have 2.5 hours or whatever. Yeah. You don't have enough time. So guess what? Disney Plus show. There we go. We can spend 6 hours on it or however long we want.
Like they did, like how Mandalorian was basically an 8-episode long thing to explain that Jedis can heal people with their force powers.
Yeah, exactly. It was just to explain Rey's one quick scene. Yeah, absolutely.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
it'll be this whole setup to where you don't necessarily have to see the series in order to watch the movie, but it'll just have such a loose tie-in to kind of set up the history of Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I like that. It sounds legit, man.
Well, in like Rogue One style, that even though everybody dies in that movie, it's got the most epic lead up to the original trilogy. That's how they get the original Death Star plan. So I think if they do something like that, it's going to be a pretty huge lead in to the next step of the Marvel franchise, you know?
Yeah, I like it. I know we don't watch it.
Yep.
I'll watch anything.
Yep. So nobody says they all die.
Wait, so just to know, Lizzie McGuire got pushed out.
No!
That guy.
You're breaking my heart. But on the good side, you know what?
You notice how Larry's the only one that reacted to that?
But you know what? I got good news, because we're mere weeks away from To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Oh, Larry and I have big plans. So
guess
plan
what?
For that one probably to go more than an hour too.
Yeah, guys, we're recapping that movie. I think it comes out on Valentine's Day, so we're only like 2, maybe 3 weeks away from that epicness on Netflix. It's happening.
That means we all have to watch it. Oh no!
Oh, we're all watching it. Yeah. Release day. Plan it now. Go put in your time off request at work. You gotta watch. You gotta watch this movie.
Oh God. Yeah,
like
and then
Scott said, we got a special game set up. It's gonna be.
Larry's got some video going. Like we're gonna cut some video together for some clips and shit. Like it's gonna be great.
The first ever STS Guys Valentine's special. It's gonna be a love fest.
Yeah, it's not down with this idea,
right? And
no,
so
we're not joking. In
to be fair, it was also one of our more popular watched episodes. Was a review. It was actually our comparison of 2 Netflix rom-coms.
Yeah.
And we all went with the better one being To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Now, if we get the same kind of reaction, is that going to violate the new COPA regulations?
Yeah, no, we're fine. We'll just drop a bunch of curse words right at the front so any kids will leave right away.
True.
Disclaimer, not for children.
Santa's not real.
Hey guys, we went from 20 viewers to 1.
Yeah,
all right.
Just have a banner be in the bottom, be like, your mom and dad had sex to make you. Santa Claus is not real. Just a banner, just going around with things to be like, yeah, this is not for children.
Oh boy,
the first one was pretty good.
The first one, I will say, we're going into this, motherfuckers. Like, to go into it, the first one was actually not a bad movie in general.
No,
like,
it was great.
I will give it that. It was better than what I expected for a rom-com.
Yeah.
A teenage rom-com.
And Tyler brings up a good point, like that Noah Centineo, he's going to be He-Man at the new Masters of the Universe movie. That kid's blowing up. He's everywhere, and it's all because of To All the Boys.
Yeah, so don't want him to be He-Man.
Well,
like I know he's
He-Man.
got it. Like he is He-Man, but like that kid's not big enough to be like.
Well,
I want
he's gonna.
massive buff He-Man. To be fair, that kid can probably tone up, but he's never going to be what I expect for He-Man.
Yeah, get him some steroids and he'll be fine.
I know.
Beefy He-Man.
Yeah, all juiced up.
Yeah.
Tasty.
So, all right. So, Larry, we've clearly run to the end of our hour here. Where can people find everything? Where can they find us?
So, well, real quick, next week, Scott and I on the Totally Rad Movie Podcast are talking about the classic Demolition Man. So be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
Nice.
I've never seen it, so.
Oh,
When are you guys doing
I told Larry, I laughed because I made the mention of like, this guy doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Oh, man.
So Larry's like, dude, I actually haven't seen the movie. I was like, oh.
I watched the movie so many times with my brother. It's
Really?
It's such a good, it's such a corny good, just like early 90s action movie.
fantastic.
Yeah, so that'll be midweek, probably like Tuesday or Thursday or something. So we'll tweet out the details on Instagram and Twitter at Totally Rad Pod, and you might as well follow the STS Guys too. We're on Instagram at STS Guys. We're on Twitter at STS Guys, and we're on Jeremy's favorite Facebook at the STS Guys, and I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Now, Larry, except that here's the thing though. So now though, except they do that pop, you'll understand the pocket.
I think Jeremy's saying that there's Funko Pops from To All the Boys. I don't have them yet, but I at least want to get the Lara Jean for reals. So yeah, after you check us out on all the social media, remember all those pops I talked about at the beginning of the show from London Toy Fair? You got to head to shumistore.com, pick them all up, get that mint box guarantee, enter code STS Guys, and you're going to save 10%. And then you need some new t-shirts, man. I hate to break it to you. Head over to Animated Apparel
really
Company. Yeah, Scott, you really do. Head over to Animated Apparel Company. Get yourself some new shirts, enter code STS Guys. You're going to save 10% and get free shipping. Oh,
It's
Animated
the
Apparel
best.
Company. Yeah, Animated Apparel Company.
It's the best. So I guess we'll go ahead. Jeremy, I think your mic, I'll go ahead and do this here. So for episode 118 of the STS Guys, that right there is Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
It's been Nate.
And I'm Scott. And everybody, have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.